done in the United States, which would also have a pretty dramatic impact to the ability to create value around that space.
Hey, Eric, two questions that come out of that. One on your equity point, and with the currency, weakening currency potential, are you shifting any US exposure to probably emerging markets more than Europe, I would guess? Because I think that's also going to play into equity returns, is this weakening of the dollar. And then the other thing, we haven't done it, but I am actually going to propose it, but I think it could be controversial, is Bitcoin and blockchain. I mean, we have some in our venture portfolio, but I do think that a passive exposure to Bitcoin as an alternative to gold is a good idea.
Yeah, so thanks for that, Kathleen. So, so with respect to international, look, I mean, and I made this comment, I think, in the last 2 days, so I won't go into it in depth. You know, the trouble with sort of just a general, I'm just allocating a bunch of capital to follow international indices, equity indices, is like that strategy hasn't worked in the past, right? I mean, it's like people have been saying that for 50 years, that all this great return's going to come, and it doesn't. Now, with respect to
maybe China, I think there's a beta play that you could get there. Yeah,
100%. But I like that you say beta, because actually where I have participated significantly internationally is not trying to make like just a macro bet that, hey, I want equity holdings in this foreign jurisdiction because of a differential in currency that will benefit me. But what we've done is, so the international that we've primarily done is emerging markets, and is specifically, though, with like very, what I would describe as like artisan type high alpha specialty investors, where I think I'm kind of hedging my bets that I'm getting the international, so maybe there's a currency inflation bump to my real return, but I'm convinced that this individual also is creating a lot of value because, of course, when you look at emerging markets, much less organized and much less dominated by massive professional money managers. And so those alpha opportunities are much more abundant if you can actually find the winner, right? Like you can look in the US and say, like, how does anyone generate a return in this environment? There's so much damn capital trying to do everything. You can go and look at somebody buying like Peruvian bonds, and nobody knows how to do that, right? So if you find the one individual who knows how to, you can actually create alpha in that context. So, and I'm sorry, that your second question was Bitcoin.